What's happening? It's your boy D Crenny here with another album review. Taylor Swift's Lover. This is her 7th studio album. Shout out to Taylor Swift. I like to call her T Swizzle, but you know that's just between me and her. You know, well, me and me. T Swizzle. Album dropped on August 23rd, 2019. 3 million album equivalent units sold within the first week of the release. She's a beast. All of that rhyme. 3 million album equivalents, you know, the streaming and all that good stuff. That'll be the equivalent of selling, I guess, however many copies back in the day. But we not back in the day. We in a new era. The new day. Streaming takes over. She's a streaming beast. She's a beast, period. Taylor Swift. Love her. She's a producer and executive producer on here. You can tell her imprint is on this album. I feel like she made sure that this was going to be her way. There is another person, Jack Antonoff. I'm not sure who he is, but he's also on here as well. Not sure if that's a long-time producer or whatnot, but he's on here as well. So I'm sure he was like checks and balances. I'm sure he checked off like, okay, Taylor, that's dope. Let's ride with that. Even though I'm sure she had the final say. But anywho, there are a bunch of hot choruses on here. That's the first thing. When I listened to it, I was like, man, she just kills the choruses. And that's what matters when selling records, keeping fans. You want to be stuck in people's brains up here. Like, man, I heard that song, Lover. Calm Down. You know, like that stuff sticks with you, especially when it plays on the radio a bunch and then it's got a catchy chorus or just a good chorus. It's like, oh yeah, that's how you keep fans, how you gain fans. You know, move the needle, you know, where it's just not one group of people listening to you. Like, oh, these people are listening to her for a reason, so somebody else comes in and listens to her. That's kind of how I am with Taylor. I think I've listened to everything but the first 2 albums. Didn't care for what I think the third album, maybe Speak Now or something like that. I didn't care for it, but I kept listening. I kept listening, and then once it got to Red in 2012, I was in. 1989, I was in. Reputation, I loved it. So obviously I figured I was gonna like this one. Once again, 7 studio albums. I'm sure she'll make a bunch more. My only gripe is that it's kind of long. It's 62 minutes or something like that, and then there's like 2 more songs on the deluxe edition. So it does feel actually kind of long. Before we get into the review, I'm going to jump into fun fact. Probably not a fun fact. Most of her fans, I'm sure, know this. She has 10 Grammys. Shout out to Taylor. T Swizzle. That's nuts. Let's get into the review track by track. Number 1, I Forgot That You Existed. I mean, I like how she started this album. It's a nice poppy song with a catchy chorus. Not very long. She kept that one under 3 minutes. It's a cool intro. I feel strongly about intros. Not outstanding, but right there before that. It's really good. It's a good way to start off the album. Number 2 is Cruel Summer. I like the beat. I love the beat. Beat is flat out cracking. She has some interesting beat selections on this album. Reputation she did as well, because I think that's what caught me out. She has some interesting switching of beats. And for some people that may feel like the album's all over the place. For me, for Taylor Swift, she doesn't need a conceptual album. She doesn't need an album that tell a story 1 through 18 in this case, or 1 through 16 in whatever case, Taylor just puts out music. She's a mega star. You just put it out. Just give us the music. I love how she sings The Cruel Summer on the chorus. She delivers on so many choruses. I'll repeat that over and over again in this review. And just that alone, the choruses alone on here make this the album I'll continue to go back to. Number 3 is Lover. I don't care for this single, but I do like the echo reverb sound on it. I think that's interesting. But the song in general, I just never cared for it. Just never cared. It was just, Number 4 is The Man. It's a song for the women, song for the ladies, about what it's like, to be a man. If women were men. A lot of women made these songs. They all turn out to be good to me because it's a point here. There's a message. There's a point in these songs, and it's really just demanding respect for women. They deserve it. Men get away with a lot of stuff that women can't get away with. It is how it is. So they want to, a lot of women. Taylor on here, she wants to talk about her frustrations, and I understand. 5 is The Archer. Boring track for me. I wanted to skip it the whole time I was listening to it. Just, when you get 18 tracks on an album, you rarely catch an album with 15 plus tracks that you're just gonna like them all. So it's just inevitable. It's just a part of the music listening process. There's songs for all the fans. She has a bunch of fans. A chunk of people really enjoy The Archer. I don't. Number 6, I Think He Knows. It's a slick song, and she was just kind of having fun on here. She always has her fun tracks, and she does a number of fun tracks. She's doing what she loves to do. She gets paid for it. So you don't want to make a bunch of drowsy music unless that's just the state you're in. But I imagine for Taylor Swift, she's probably always in a good state. So make good, happy, fun music that you're going to have fun with in the booth. And you can kind of play with it a little bit. The beat is cool. And I like the lyrics. Number 7 is Miss Americana and the Heartbreak Prince. Average track. Was really surprised about how it sounded in the car. It was beating in my car speakers, and I even turned it up a little bit more. Once you hear some production, some beat, some bass, you kind of crank it up just a little bit more, and you're like, man, it's hitting. And it was pounding on my speakers. Number 8 is Paper Rings. This song goes hard to me. I call it like I feel like it's some kind of back road country pop. Very upbeat with a lot of energy, with just cool lyrics. Another one of those songs where the chorus is it just slaps. It's just a slappy chorus. It just rings for you. It's a good. I enjoy Paper Rings. Paper Rings was when I kind of started thinking, okay, this should pick up here, and for the most part, it did. Number 9 is Cornelia Street. Cornelia Street, man. Dope melody and production. Taylor floats on here. I normally say that about like rappers. And like when somebody like sings like a certain kind of way, or like has the vocals really popping, and she doesn't really do that here. She just floats on the track, and is awesome. It's a really good song to me. The vocal transitions on the bridge, once again, her delivery, how she transitions on songs and does different stuff. Obviously, I'm sure you could do a lot in the booth, but she does a lot of stuff well. This is a standout track for me. Number 10 was Death by a Thousand Cuts. Didn't like this song, and it wasn't because of the title. Just didn't really care for how the song sound overall. Just didn't care for it. 11 is London Boy. Song is tough. Tough track. Tough means good. Taylor has bars on here. She laces the chorus something serious. Once again, chorus. You can call her like chorus OG Taylor or something. I like all the verses on her. She kind of like, I don't even want to call it rap. She doesn't really rap, but she kind of just she flows, which is rapping, but she does a really good job on the verses. I do, once again, this is one of those songs where the delivery switches. She has a bunch of different deliveries on the project, but she has a couple different ones on this song. It's dope. London Boy, 11. 12 was Soon You'll Get Better. It's featuring the Dixie Chicks. Not much to say. The song title tells itself, but it's like a long interlude. I think she just keeps repeating, soon you'll get better, soon you'll get better. 13 is my favorite track. Don't want to get long-winded about it, but it's False Gods. One of my favorite songs out right now. Easily the best song on here, hands down for me. When it comes on, low-key gives me chills. Like, there's a few a year that do that for me. A few songs a year do that for me. And it normally takes multiple listens to get there. Obviously, I have listened to this multiple times, but it's like a soulful, smooth jazz vibe. I love smooth jazz music. I love that soulfulness, and it's not all the way to the smooth jazz genre. She still keeps it. She doesn't, I don't want to use the word culture vulture. She doesn't take it. She still makes it her own, because it's still, she's not totally on beat all the time, but she gives it her own twist, and I think that's why I like the song even more. She just didn't steal somebody's lane. She took a sound, encapsulated her sound, and put them together, and I think it's awesome. But then it's how she speaks of False Gods, what she talks about in the record. It's just an incredible song. I'm not gonna get long-winded on it. 13, False Gods. D. Crenny, 2 thumbs up. 14, You Need to Calm Down. Another single, never liked it. Very poppy and childish sounding to me. I feel like she's just too big to have to release these songs. It's like a Twitter song. And when it came out, Twitter blew up. So, once again, it's what she feels like she needs to do. I understand. It's a working formula. You want to keep the formula working. She want to stay on top. But, once again, I wish she would calm down on these songs. But yeah. 15, Afterglow. Another really good song. Sonically, this is a really good song. Just like overall, like sonically how it sounds. Her voice on it. Everything just meshes. Everything goes together. The lyrics, the production, delivery, chorus, everything's done well. 16 is Me, featuring Brendan Urie of Panic at the Disco. So one of the members of Panic at the Disco. Don't listen to those guys that much. I've heard songs, but I couldn't spot that guy out of the group. But this is a great novelty movie, TV, make people feel great track. 17, It's Nice to Have a Friend. She's simply talking about how nice it is to have a friend. 18 is Daylight. It is the outro, the longest song on here. She wanted to end Lover strong. She wanted to end that album strong. I think she does a good job of doing that in the terms of the album. It's not a song for me. It's a solid outro. I mean, you don't want bad outros. You want, when people listen to your album front to back, you want the outro to close it out. This does that. It's just not I just don't care for the song. Taylor Swift Lover overall, I think it's a really good album. I'll continue to listen to it, just like I listened to Reputation months after it released. Like I said, I run False Gods in the gym. just to bounce back on that, just to realize how much I like that song. Only real gripe is that it's long. It's long, and then like I said, it's a Target version with 2 more songs. 18 tracks, just seeing 18 tracks, even though all the songs kind of stay around a range, a time range, like 3 minutes ish, 3 minutes plus. They don't get over that, but 18 tracks just make you feel like I gotta sit through this. And then if it's bad, then it sucks. But once again, this isn't bad. So, shout out to Taylor Swift. Another good album, another good project. 7th album in. Once again, shout out on the 10 Grammys. If you like the review, like the video, sub to your boy D Crenny, checking out.